Welcome to the Bookshelf Challenge, where I read all the books on my bookshelf. All right, just knocked out another book. All right, so the book I read was Unleashed by former United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris Johnson. It goes over his time as the mayor of London and also as Prime Minister. As you can see, it's quite the tome. 731 pages. Took me 2.5 weeks to read. Quite the slog. As I was reading this, I was also reading other books just so I could get some off the shelf. So, what did I think of it? It was okay. Like, there's him talking about the minutia of when he was like mayor of London or the prime minister and all these projects he was trying to get done that would either, fix up the double-decker buses or the tube. That was some kind of interesting stuff just to see how the sausage is made. And there are a few good anecdotes. Like, he's talking about how Joe Biden plagiarized his slogan, Build Back Better, because he had that in the UK before we had that. It was about like COVID or something. And then, later Joe Biden adopts it, steals is what Joe Biden did, because Joe Biden used to do that a lot with British prime ministers. But anyway, that was interesting. And then also there's this one time he's talking about how Benjamin Netanyahu, prime minister of Israel, comes over, and there's this desk called the Balfour desk, which the Balfour Declaration was signed. That's this foreign secretary of theirs. That's like Secretary of State. He wrote a letter to this guy and he said, hey, we're going to make a home for the Jewish people in Palestine. So basically, this is the start of Israel being created and all the problems that came with it. And he was talking about how he shows Netanyahu the desk where it happened, and then Netanyahu strokes it. He just strokes the desk. I'm sure he didn't do it like that, but that's the way I wanted to match it. Just. But aside from that, like I said, this was quite the slog. Johnson really into himself. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say he makes excuses, but he doesn't really seem to take a lot of responsibility for stuff that went wrong. And if he does, he just kind of brushes it off. And it's just 731 pages of this guy just rambling on and on and on and on. But I finally got it finished. So that is off the bookshelf. All right, let's go to the bookshelf and pick out another book to read. Well, seeing how I went with such a long book last time, I'm going to go with a very short one. And it's another one of the Lone Star books. This one's been on the shelf quite a while, so I'm going to read this next.